with coverage you can count on. This.
My phone just kept ringing back to back.
Keionta from Brooklyn, New York, was 4 feet 10 inches, the shortest officer in the RAF. He needed 2 inflatable pillows to see out through the windows of his Hurricane.
Hasn't even responded, so I don't even talk to. I don't even try anymore. And it bothered me because he was the person who said my whole career has been based off right place, right time. So I understand that. I'm very fortunate to be where I'm at. So I like to give, I like to give back to people who are in the same position I was.
Mic check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do we need those little? This thing is.
With coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11 in HD.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. Police are questioning a woman in connection with a stabbing death in Chattanooga.
Officers were called to East Lake Courts shortly after 5 o'clock this evening. A man had been stabbed several times and was pronounced dead on the scene. New at 11, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Sidery speaks with neighbors and family of the victim. Sarah.
Police have not released the victim's name or age. We did see a woman being taken into custody, but officers have not named her either.
My phone just kept ringing back to back to back to back to back, and I knew something had to be wrong.
Mike Evans' worst fear was confirmed as soon as he arrived at East Lake Courts. He saw dozens of patrol cars and crime scene tape surrounding his cousin's apartment, where police say a man was stabbed to death inside.
I'm 41. Me and my cousin grew up together from the 70s, and this is just so unbelievable. I mean, it's a complete shock.
Police detained a person of interest as soon as they got here. Friends like Aaron Brown are in disbelief.
He was like my brother, so I know I'm gonna miss him.
Police would not confirm the stabbing was domestic, but witnesses say they heard some kind of dispute.
I talked to both of them. You know, y'all leave each other alone. You got to leave the house, go do that. Get away from the situation.
Neighbors watched from their front yards as police blocked off 6th Avenue to investigate. Children were seen walking down the street to get a closer look.
It's gonna be kind of hard for me to live out here because of the situation that's keep on being repeated out here in this project.
Residents of East Lake Court say this site is all too common.
We need justice. I mean, ain't nothing gonna be done. It's gonna keep on previous murders and murders after murders because y'all ain't nobody helping out here.
At this time, no charges have been filed, but again, a person of interest is detained. Police say several witnesses are cooperating as well. In the studio, Sarah Sidery, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sarah. Chattanooga police are also investigating a shooting tonight. It reportedly happened on Oakwood Drive just after 6:30. A victim went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No suspect information is available.
In Crime Stoppers, a cold case from Walker County. Nearly 8 years ago, a well-known Flintstone business owner was murdered in cold blood. There were few clues then. Leads have since dried up. December 19, 2008, Mike Mullins had pulled into the parking lot of Premier Pattern and Machine on Woodburn Road, just across the Georgia line in Flintstone. In the pre-dawn darkness, someone shot him to death. He was still in his truck, his foot on the brake pedal. Mullins was a civic leader, co-owner of the business, and very involved with his son's athletic teams. What could have led to this? His parents have since passed on, but his wife and son deserve answers.
Hoping that someone out there knows about it, has it on their conscience, and would like to get it off and call us and tell us what they know about this case. I always say the community is the eyes and ears of law enforcement. And it's true in this case here that we feel someone saw something or heard something or has heard something maybe secondhanded.
Many people have been interviewed through the years. What seems to be just a bit of insignificant information to you may finally blow this case wide open. Help the Walker County authorities clear the case and maybe clear your conscience in the process. Call Crime Stoppers 698-3333. We'll never ask your name, and we have up to $1,000 on the table. Here at the holidays, let your gift to this family be answers before more precious time slips by.
The bad guys try even harder this time of year to take your money, and now police have another warning about gas pumps. Credit card skimmers were found at an East Ridge gas station this week. Thieves attached skimmers to the credit card slot to steal your numbers. The skimmers were found inside a gas pump at the Circle K on Ringgold Road. They resembled gray computer cords like what you see right there on the screen. Police have not caught anyone yet. They ask you to check your bank and credit card statements for any questionable charges and report them as soon as possible.
A large pothole will continue to inconvenience drivers on Highway 27 for a bit longer. It formed Tuesday after the 12th Street overpass, or there on the outside lane. TDOT crews tried to repair it twice today, once this afternoon and again tonight. But they say that the concrete filling is not holding like a long-lasting repair should. They say they'll try again early in the morning.
Well, the speculation is already underway on who will be the next Mocs head football coach.
UTC head coach Coach Huesman announced he's leaving Chattanooga for a head coaching job at the University of Richmond. Channel 3 sports director Paul Shaheen joins us now live with more. Paul.
Yeah, that's right. And you better believe we right now in the sports department are sifting through a lot of those names to find out maybe who UTC might be targeting to replace Huesman. More on that online and later in sports. For now, let's go over how we got here because, well, it got serious yesterday. And before lunchtime today, Huesman was Richmond's head coach. Our sources say Richmond and Huesman have been talking for about a week, but Richmond didn't have an opening until yesterday morning when Danny Rocco left for Delaware. Huesman spent last night in Richmond, woke up today and signed the dotted line, choosing Richmond and a total package worth roughly $500,000 a year. UTC's offer was an $80,000 raise worth a total of $325,000 annually. It also should be worth noting, one source confirmed to me that Huesman turned down the Delaware job 3 weeks ago, offering $500,000 a year. We'll ask him about that tomorrow when he meets with the Chattanooga media. Jill Jelnick joins me later in sports to hit every angle left of this Huesman departure. Greg, Cindy.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, the Woodmore bus crash site on Talley Road is clear tonight. Family members of the victims chose items they wanted to keep from the makeshift memorial that grew there. Brainerd JROTC cadets helped take down and preserve the items, handling each teddy bear with extreme care. The cadets say it was a life lesson in love and strength.
We've already been through the hard part. All the thing left now is to get better.
Those young children lost their lives, but they did touch lives in their short stay here, and they did make a difference.
After the victims' family members chose what they wanted, the rest was taken to Brainerd Youth and Family Development Center until a permanent home is found.
It was a big day for Chattanooga's Volkswagen plant workers as they started building the 2017 Atlas. Those Atlases were first unveiled on the Santa Monica Pier back in October. Volkswagen has invested an additional $900 million in the local plant. They're expanding the workforce to meet production demands of adding the Atlas midsize SUV to the existing Passat line. A job fair is going to be held for VW this Friday. They're hiring 600 production team members who need to be able to work rotating shifts up to 12 hours a day and be able to lift 30 pounds multiple times a day. Candidates apply in person at the Volkswagen Conference Center from 2 until 6. That's on Friday. The address on your screen. 11:07, time to check out the weather. I thought I saw a stray snowflake in the air tonight, Paul, but I think that was just my brain reacting to the cold.
It may have been. It was pretty much cleared off a little bit. We're going to have a few more clouds roll in later on tonight, overnight. But there aren't that many clouds out there, so to get a snowflake out of them is pretty tough. All right. What we're looking at for tomorrow morning, though, should be clear and 27 or so in the city. Colder away from the city, probably low 20s to near 20, and it's going to be breezy and cold in the afternoon. 34 for the temperature, but it's going to feel like it's in the 20s. So bundle up those kids for the bus stop tomorrow. Looking at the satellite radar, again, a few clouds are going to be spreading in. A little bit of cloudiness over Kentucky and just north of Nashville. So those clouds spread in. They'll clear out later on and tomorrow morning. And again, we should have clear skies. This is a powerful cold front. There's a little bit of light snow ahead of it in the mountains of West Virginia. This is lake effect snow up into the Great Lakes, and that's coming down gangbusters, especially in parts of New York State where they had thunder snow earlier today out near Buffalo, New York. Winds are out of the north at 8, 35 in Cleveland, 36 Dalton, and 39 in the city. Athens already down to 30, and it's 36 near Fort Payne. 50 and 41 the high and the low for today. That was the overnight low. 52 in Dalton, 53 in Trenton, 54 in Calhoun. And believe it or not, the warmest temperature I could find was Ellijay at 55 and Fort Payne at 55 for today. 50 in Cleveland and Ottawa, while it was 50 in Dunlap, 49 in Red Bank, and 51 in Soddy Daisy with Lakeside 52, then 50 from Dayton to 10 Mile to Pikeville, and 48 in Colmont, while into the Blue Ridge, only mid to upper 40s from Turtletown to Murphy, and 53 in Jasper. Latest Vipercast is showing that northerly wind tomorrow, pretty brisk, and just a few high clouds here and there by tomorrow afternoon. And then clearing off again for tomorrow night, maybe a few scattered high clouds. And then we're going to see a shift in the wind pattern coming up on Friday. The winds will start coming out of the south. That's what these arrows are indicating. Showers by 7 o'clock Friday night to the west, but overnight we'll see some of that rain move in. But it should be light by Saturday morning, but that's going to change. As this frontal system gets closer, the darker green starts to form behind the front. The wind's still pretty much out of the south. And then again, what we're going to see is that change with maybe a thunderstorm too popping up. By Sunday morning, there could be some snow flurries. That's right. Snow flurries are possible coming up Sunday morning out into the Cumberland Plateau areas, but they're not going to add up to anything. And then the cold air continues to dive on down. We're thinking about 1 to 2 inches of rain, 1.5 inches on average across the Tennessee Valley coming up Saturday night. And it looks like most of the snow is going to be way to the north of us throughout the Great Lakes and just north of the Ohio River Valley and into the Alleghenies. All right, the pinpoint forecast for tomorrow, Old Fort at 35, and a lot of sunshine coming back for tomorrow, while Collegedale, you're only going to be near 36. So tonight, 26, partly cloudy, breezy, and especially later on tonight, 37 tomorrow with that wind out of the north, mostly sunny, and that's going to make it feel a lot colder. 23 tomorrow night as the winds die down and clear skies. Friday, we're looking at 46, so a little bit warmer, and then a big warm up on Saturday, and we'll see those showers popping up. Nothing really heavy throughout the day Saturday, but Saturday night they'll turn heavy, and the Sunday morning they'll be heavy too, with 51 for the high on Sunday, and temperatures start to drop into the 40s by afternoon, and dry Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So rain's coming this weekend.
Sounds like good sleeping weather over the weekend, Paul.
Yeah, that's right.
Look forward to that.
Inside. That's right.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
More shops and fast food restaurants could be on the way to a heavily traveled part of Hickson Pike. Right now, the property near Cassandra Smith Road is a mostly wooded area with a few homes nearby. Well, the developer wants a building of shops and 2 fast food restaurants. City council members will consider a final reading of the idea next Tuesday. If it's approved, construction could begin as early as next spring.
After the break on Eyewitness News at 11, another Yahoo data breach comes to light affecting more than 1 billion users. More on that.
And President-elect Donald Trump sits down with executives from Facebook, Apple, and Google to pledge his cooperation and to talk about the future. Full story next. Yahoo revealed a massive and stunning security breach today. The company says hackers may have stolen the personal information from more than 1 billion Yahoo users. The hack apparently occurred in 2013, which is just now being made public. It's separate from the major hack announced by the company just a few months ago. Yahoo urges all users to change all passwords now.
High drama at Trump Tower today as some of the biggest names in the Silicon Valley met with the president-elect.
They include some who clashed with Donald Trump when he was a candidate. Today, though, they made amends and laid the groundwork for the future. NBC's Peter Alexander has more.
Inside Trump Tower, a clash of the titans, the president-elect, the vice president-elect, and at the end of the table, Donald Trump's adult children, all greeting a marquee lineup of tech leaders, including executives from Facebook, Apple, and Google.
This is a truly amazing group of people. I won't tell you the hundreds of calls we've had asking to come to this meeting.
But it hasn't always been that way. Take candidate Trump attacking Apple's refusal to unlock a terrorist's iPhone.
Boycott Apple until such time as they give that information.
The tech giants returned the favor. Amazon's Jeff Bezos jokingly offering to send Trump to space.
I have a rocket company, so the capability is there.
But tonight, Bezos calling the meeting with Trump very productive. Among the flashpoints for both sides, privacy concerns over customers' data, jobs where tech products should be built, and immigration.
The tech companies, they want to bring in high-skilled workers, right, from China, India, Russia. Trump wants to curb immigration, right? So that's clearly a point at which that there's a lot of contention.
And new tonight, Trump's team's revealing the president-elect is now getting formal intelligence briefings 3 days a week, plus a daily briefing from his national security advisor pick, Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, himself under fire tonight. A 2010 military investigation found Flynn inappropriately shared classified information with foreign governments, contradicting Flynn's past claim he had permission. The investigation concluding America's national security was never at risk, and Flynn was never disciplined.
The Federal Reserve has raised a key interest rate in response to a solid U.S. economy and expectations of higher inflation. Fed Chair Janet Yellen made the announcement this afternoon. The 0.25% hike to the federal funds rate is only the second increase in the past 10 years. It comes as the unemployment rate has dropped to 4.6%. The increase means consumers may pay slightly more when borrowing money, and in turn, banks will earn more when they make loans.
When we come back to Eyewitness News at 11, we'll show you Christmas lights that just might put all others to shame.
Plus, you might go to the vending machine for a snack. Have you ever heard of going to one for a car? If you live in Houston or Nashville, you can. We'll fill you in.
with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11 in HD.
The prosecution and defense have rested their cases in the Charleston church shooting trial after 6 days of emotional testimony. Polly Shepard, whose life was spared by the gunman, took the stand today. She described the terrifying moments after Dylan Roof began shooting during a Bible study class at the historic Emmanuel AME Church. He killed 9 parishioners. According to Shepard's testimony, Roof told her he was going to spare her life so that she could tell the story. Closing arguments are scheduled for tomorrow. If convicted, Roof faces the death penalty.
Soda, candy, and DVDs are just some of the things customers can get from vending machines. Now, people in Houston can add cars to the list. Carvana, or Carvana, I guess it's Carvana. Yes, it does. An online vehicle retailer opened its second car vending machine in the U.S. today. Houston's version of the automated car dispenser is 8 stories tall and can hold up to 30 cars. That's 3 stories taller than its Nashville counterpart. Carvana allows customers to buy a vehicle online and then choose to have it delivered or pick it up at that monstrous vending machine.
We really wanted to make car buying fun again, and we feel like the self-service platform, kind of our brand, the delivery or the pickup really aligns with what we're trying to do.
Customers who pick the vending machine option are given a special coin when they arrive. They place the coin in a slot. That starts the vending machine process.
There are holiday lights, and then there are this house decorated in Colorado. Have a look. The owners in Arvada went out with the holiday lights. They went all out with the holiday lights this year. Instead of the typical trimming, there are lights everywhere, including the roof, the siding, the plants, the trees. Look for a spot that does not have lighting. I bet you can't do it.
No.
It's become quite an attraction for people in the area. No word on the power bill, though, for this annual display. I bet they appreciate the invention of LEDs more than just about anyone on the planet.
Yeah, I would think. Wow. Well, no word on how much the lights cost either.
Or how many months it'll take to get them all taken off there. Huh?
It's pretty though. Coming up next in sports, Huesman is gone. Who's next? And how did we get here?
The timeline, the potential targets, and more as Paul Shaheen and Jill Jelnick hit every angle of Russ Huesman's Chattanooga departure. Stay with us.
There's not many people
Teams have certainly tried to pull Russ Huesman out of Chattanooga in the past. This wasn't even Richmond's first attempt. Huesman turned them all down, including Delaware's $500,000 a year offer just 3 weeks ago. But something gave way when Richmond came calling this time. Something that, as one source said, gave him an absolute peace about his decision to sign with Richmond this morning.
There's not many people that leave a top 10 program to take another job at the same level. Chattanooga is a top 10 program. I think that says something special about the University of Richmond, the athletes that are here, the people that are here.
The condensed timeline, let's get to it. Delaware hired Richmond's Danny Rocco yesterday morning. Before noon yesterday, Huesman had a lucrative offer with incentives worth $500,000 a year. UTC countered with an $80,000 raise, bumping his salary up to $325,000 a year it would have been. Huesman spent the night in Richmond, woke up and finalized the deal. UTC Athletic Director David Blackburn is already on the road searching for a replacement, and Huesman will meet with Chattanooga media at McKenzie Arena tomorrow at 2:30. Looking back at Huesman's tenure now at Chattanooga, as one source put it, the Mocs found an unpolished jewel when hiring Russ Huesman. From a winless season with academic issues to a perennial top 10 team, Jill Jelnick joins us live in the studio to break down the Russ Huesman effect.
From 6 wins in 3 years to 3-time SoCon champs. That's the Russ Huesman effect. Head coach Russ Huesman put the Chattanooga Mocs in the national limelight, and players like Keionta Davis are not being shy about it.
You make me cry, man.
Everybody loves Coach Huesman. The community loves Coach Huesman, everything he's done for us. So there's no bad blood. We just hate to see him go.
Little did UTC know their unpolished jewel would shine brighter than any in program history. When Coach Huesman first arrived, Chattanooga was not only battling academic sanctions, but also coming off 3 straight losing seasons.
He just turned it around, man. He got it going in the right direction again. Him playing here, winning a conference championship himself, and then coming back as a coach and winning conference championships is great.
Red Bank native and UTC All-American senior Keionta Davis witnessed a stretch that goes down as the school's most successful 4-year stint.
When Coach Huesman was recruiting me, like, he just sold us on a dream of being one of the top teams in the nation. And once everybody got there and everybody bought in, I mean, we made it happen. So, I mean, without Coach Huesman, I don't think Chattanooga would be as good as we was.
Leading the Mocs to 3 SoCon titles, 3 straight trips to the playoffs, and a handful of NFL athletes, Huesman helped put UTC on the map.
The community loves him. Everybody in the city loves him. Every time I hang out with Coach, people come up to him, great job, Coach. We thank you, Coach, so much. So, I mean, he means a lot to us, and, you know, we hate to see him go, but, you know, I wish him best of luck, and I appreciate everything he's done.
In his time as a head coach, Huesman finished 59-37 at UTC and is the first Moc named SoCon Coach of the Year 3 times. Live in the studio, Jill Jelnick, Channel 3 Eyewitness Sports.
Thanks, Jill. Now to the good stuff. Who doesn't like a good round of prognostication? Sorry, gang, no groomers here. Those are Gruden rumors, for those not familiar. It's just our best guesses at who the Mocs may target while trying to replace Russ Huesman. In no specific order, here's 5 of our best guesses. The first one has the wow factor, or what factor. Bob Shoop, Tennessee defensive coordinator. He has a son at Father Ryan in Nashville, coached at Vanderbilt, among other reasons. Current offensive coordinator Jeff Durden with the Mocs. The next 3 are all former assistants. Marcus Satterfield, leading Tennessee Tech. Adam Fuller, linebackers coach at Marshall. Shane Montgomery, that goes back to T.O.'s time at Chattanooga. Youngstown State offensive coordinator right now, plus more. We don't limit it to just those 5. We'll add them throughout the days as well, along with full explanations are available online and inside our app. Hey, we had some other news today. The Chattanooga Mocs were back home at McKenzie Arena hosting Tennessee Wesleyan and 400 elementary school students. This one was all Chattanooga from the start. 6 different players in double digits. Reigning SoCon Player of the Week, Trey McClain, paved the way with 17 points in just 15 minutes. That kid, man. Chattanooga by a lot. 107-65 your final. Next up, UTC hits the road to face Vanderbilt Saturday.
You know, you're not playing a D1 team, so there's a lot of factors in the game where you could come out and approach the game the wrong way, and our guys did not do that, especially, you know, from the start.
He certainly did not do that. All of our Russ Huesman departure coverage online and inside our app. There is much more than you just saw tonight at 11 o'clock. Plus, we're going to hear from head coach Russ Huesman in Chattanooga tomorrow. We'll be right back after the break.
It's going to be chilly in the morning. Temperatures will be into the 20s again. Low 20s probably away from the city. Then the wind's really going to pick up. Temperatures will be into the probably mid to upper 30s at best for highs, and then really cold for tomorrow night as we drop down to 23. And about 46 on Friday while the rain moves in and gets heavier on Saturday, especially Saturday night and Sunday, especially the first half day will be very wet and then dry next week.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Got all kinds of stuff online, and check us out, won't you?